One Question is brought to you by Turnkey Search, a top industry search firm since 1996.
Okay, so to come back to where we started, because I got us way off on a tangent. ESPN, yes or no on Major League Baseball?
My fault.
No.
So I still vote. I vote yes. Maybe not I vote still yes, and maybe not the exact package that they have right now, but that ESPN won't be shut out of MLB rights is my guess.
Okay. How about NBA? Do they increase this already monster deal? Do they have to? I mean, Bill Simmons says they have to have NBA and NFL. Are you agreeing with that?
I think they have to have NBA and NFL. I think they have wiggle room in their NFL negotiations that they might not have had last time around. I don't know what kind of room they're going to have on the NBA, but you know what? I think they can wait and see for 2 years and do nothing, and that the next 2 years is going to tell the tale. I mean, it's really interesting to me what I perceive as an increased level of interest in the NBA as a 365-day a year league, kind of like the NFL from a sports news perspective. That's just it seems to me that's real, and I'm not imagining it. It could just be a particular moment in time. We got the summer league games way up on ESPN. I think they said that overall the summer league games were up 112% versus last year, the biggest year ever, and the first time like that a summer league game ever did over 1 million viewers. And so I think if they had to renegotiate those deals right now, it's easy to imagine the NBA is going to ask for more money, but they don't have to do that right now. So I'm in wait and see mode on that.
Is there any development within those three deals or others on the periphery? They certainly have. There's others from, maybe they pop on UFC. It seems doubtful, but that's going to be a certainly big package that's out there. Between now and say 22, 23, is there anything that if ESPN did X, college athletics folks should open their eyes even wider to where the rights could be going for the conferences and the inventory we talked about? That's a tough question, but what do you think?
So it's interesting. I mean, I saw, yesterday someone sent me something that said, ESPN canceled the buzzer beater network. Why didn't I tweet about it? And I don't know if I even responded to it, but my response was because that's not anything anybody was tracking anyway. So I assumed that was a zero. I mean, so that wasn't like a channel that, the guys at SNL Kagan, figured out how much in affiliate fees are they making on that. And so I don't think that kind of network shutdown is a big deal. But I would like, if you see, ESPNU ESPN is thinking about shutting down ESPNU. I would view that as a very, very bad sign. And I do not expect that's anything that anyone's going to have to contend with. And what did you say, 2023? So I can't see that happening in the next 6 years.
Yeah, there are some out there who believe they could shift ESPN. When I say some media folks in the Mid-Atlantic who think they could just take ESPNU and shift that to ACC Network.
And that's possible, but I think from my perspective, that doesn't really diminish, the college sports or any sports picture, because the number of outlets isn't shrinking. So to answer your original question, one thing I would look for is whether the number of outlets that can carry these games is growing or shrinking. And I suspect it will still be growing in 6 years. But I could be wrong.
Yeah. One of the areas that I want to become more intelligent on, educate myself better, is the actual business performance of the cable carriers. Because at the core of this, in terms of, Disney has some renegotiations with, I guess, a number of carriers starting here in the next 12 to 18 months. I want to have better understanding of the motivations behind those companies paying more on a monthly basis for the Disney packages, ESPN included, obviously, or not. Yep. And certainly, net neutrality is a big issue. And some potential mergers, rumored mergers, always a rumored merger or not, but those could impact the landscape as well, I think. And it's not an area I feel like I'm adept enough right now to have an intelligent conversation on, but it's important stuff.
Well, I'm probably not adept enough to have an intelligent conversation about it either. But I don't care. I'll go ahead and plow it anyway if you want me to. I'm happy to
Sure.
talk about that stuff. Right. So one thing, you're talking about Comcast and whatever Charter became, Spectrum,
Sure.
I think it's
Spectrum,
called,
yep.
and DirecTV, all the people who pay. So I think it's the same story kind of across the board, right? So all of these companies are dealing with the shrinking world, but I think they're all dealing with a shrinking universe where they still think they can raise rates a little bit, right? So ESPN still thinks it can raise rates the next round of rights fees, and I believe that they will be able to. Something to look for. I believe the updated SNL Kagan estimates for the coming season will be released at the end of August. So there may be updates there, but I mean, I think people have ESPN growing from whatever it is today, $7 and some change, to around $8 within the next few years, and so they still have that going up. And I think the people like Comcast are going to figure out, well, you know what, we can jam Robert for another $2 a month for Red Zone, and he'll still suck it up, which is, in fairness, probably true. And I think they'll just kind of figure out how to. I mean, that whole ecosystem, people, I guess, would call it the TV media industrial complex. It's still a very good ecosystem. It's just not as big as it used to be. But I think they're trying to, all the players involved are trying to figure out how to squeeze as much money out of it as possible. And I think it's going to come to a point sooner or later where so what happens if ESPN someday goes below, say, 50 million subscribers? Then all bets are off. But I mean, ESPN, I think, is at around 85 million now, down from 100 or so million, 6 years or 7 years ago. And I can't see it, losing 35 million households, in the next 10 years. And so I think that those companies are going to figure out ways to make money for quite a while to come, because people like us love to be entertained, and sports is one of the best ways for people like us to be entertained.
Yeah, no question.
And as long as that's true, people will pay for it.
And that's today's One Question, brought to you by Turnkey Search, a top industry search firm since 1996. One Question is designed to give D1 Ticker subscribers valuable insights on how executive leaders in college athletics think about key issues on their respective campuses, in their departments, or within their leagues and conferences. One Question is brought to you by Turnkey Search, a top industry search firm since 1996.